Welcome back, my families. Sorry I missed one video, I think, if I'm not mistaken, because of Easter we were busy. Today I'm going to show you one of our favorite recipe, which is going to be sardine rolls. So what I have here, you can halve this, okay, because this is a lot. I'm using 1 kilo of plain flour, 2 teaspoons of salt, 500 ml of warm milk, 2 tablespoons raw sugar, 1 tablespoon yeast, 4 large eggs, 170 gram melted butter or softened butter. Doesn't matter, either way you can use. Some people don't like butter, you can substitute to oil. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pour in the warm milk in here, add the sugar to it, add the yeast, give it a good mix. Cover with a cloth and set it aside for the yeast to proof for about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to sieve the flour to create extra air in it, and I'm going to mix this salt to it too. Now I'm going to prepare the sardine. So I'm using Brunswick wild sardines in tomato sauce. That's from Denmark, I think. Yeah, it's from Poland. So that's the sardine that I'm using. Okay, it's 106 gram. You can use 100 gram, that's fine. Okay, and I'm going to use large onion as well with these. So here I've got 1 large red onion thinly sliced. I'm going to saute without any oil. So use a non-stick pan. If you haven't got a non-stick pan, then you want to add 1 tablespoon of oil to saute until it's softened for 5 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to unpack the sardine from the wrap. So you can just tear it. And that's how it should look. So you can see the onion is being sauteed. So you got to debone the sardine. Some people like the bone because it's a soft bone, but I don't like it. So that's how it looks. Just remove that and remove from all of it. As you can see, the onion has softened and it's slightly brown, and that's what we want. You don't want to do it further. You don't want bitter taste. Some people like to add sugar. If you want to add sugar, just add 1 teaspoon. And you can see that's a sardine. I'm just going to pour all in and mix it well. And cook it for 5 minutes till everything is mixed. Sometimes it'll froth, but today it didn't because we are having quite cold weather, but that's fine. It's being dissolved, and I'm going to crack all the 4 eggs into it. Whisk until the egg is all mixed properly with the yeast. They're mixed well. I'm going to add all the melted butter to it as well. Give it a good mix. I'm going to add flour. Add 1 cup at a time. Mix it until you can't use the whisk anymore. Then you have to use a spatula, and eventually you have to use your hand to knead the flour. Because it's getting thicker, you can use a spatula. I'm going to pour the rest of the flour and use hand to knead, or you can use a spatula. It is very sticky. I end up using the spatula, or use whatever that you're comfortable with to knead the flour. So it is very sticky. That's the consistency I want. Okay, so now we're going to leave it for an hour. So that's a leftover. It's on the plate. I'm not taking any extra butter. I'm just going to dab it on my hand like that, and just, it doesn't matter if it sticks to the bottom because you can scrape it later, and cover it and leave it for 1 hour. And this is how the sardine looks. If you taste it, if you think it's not salty enough for you, you add a little bit more salt. Not a little bit more, because this is already salted in the sardine itself. If you want more salt, add 1 teaspoon and then taste it. If you think you need more, then add more. Don't add all one go lots of salt. Some people like a bit of sugar, so you want to add 1 teaspoon of sugar, and that's it, not more than that. If you want to add some spices, you can add 1 teaspoon of hot chili powder of your choice. Okay, remove the cover. I'm going to transfer the dough onto the board here. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. So I'm just going to roll it. Now you cut it. The weight is really up to you, how heavy you want the, maybe about 40 grams each. I'm just eyeballing. So the excess, I'll put it in here. Get a bit of flour so it doesn't stick to your hand. Leave it aside. I got 40 rolls. So that's about 40 gram approximately. I eyeballed it as I said. So we're going to roll each one out. Doesn't matter which way, you can have it circle or you can have a different shape as well, oblong. Just pinch the edge. Take a scoop of sardine. And pinch the bottom. Just roll it to a nice circle and leave it for 30 minutes for it to rise, and repeat to the rest of the dough. That's all done. I'm going to cover up and rest it for 30 minutes. Don't forget to heat up the oven as well. 170 degrees on fan force, normal oven 180 for 20 minutes. And baking time is also 20 minutes. I'm done glazing. So I've got 2 yolk and I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of milk to it, whole milk, whisk it, and then I'm going to apply it. To make the glazing, I'm using this milk. I use lactose free. 1 tablespoon of whole milk. Also, I've got about 16 rolls that's nothing inside, is empty, because my daughter likes empty. She doesn't like with fillings. And you just whisk it, set it aside. This is just the yolk. If you're not sure of the recipe, watch the description. I'm going to remove that. Get the egg wash, brush them lightly. All done. I'm going to place it in the oven. Bread roll is done. If you want a bit of shine, just add a bit of butter. Like I didn't put it in a butter bowl, so I'm just going to just lightly do that and just brush it. So it gives you the nice finish. You can also mix it with a bit of honey if you want a bit sweeter toppings, like sweeter glaze. Thank you for watching. I hope you like this video. Please hit the subscribe button and like and support and share. Thank you for watching. I'm going to try one. I made some empty ones, as I said. There's many ways of making buns, and I'll show you when I get time all different method of baking buns. Bring it closer, you can see it. It is very hot. You have to try this recipe. You will love it. Oh God, it's so hot. You can see how fluffy it's inside. That's how it looks. I can't bite into it because it's really hot. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Thank you for watching, and I know it tastes good because I've made this many times. These are plain buns. Again, it's really hot. I'm still going to open up so you can see it. Can you see how fluffy it looks?